Hello and welcome to the Code Me Event channel. In the previous video in this Crystal series, I talked a little bit about how to install Crystal and how to get started. Now let's see a couple of slides about basic things like printing out something to the screen. Let me share the screen with you. And this is where the slides are. So I think we ended with Hello World, printing out Hello World using puts. And this is what we saw in the last video. So you type in puts, and which stands for put string, and some string with double quotes. It will print this out to the standard output to the screen, and will end it with a new line. So if we go to the command line here, the slides, the examples here are in the examples intro, in this case, Hello World CR file. So I type in Crystal, and then examples, intro, and hello world.cr, and when it runs, you can see that it prints out the line, and then it immediately prints out a new line. Now you don't always want that, so Crystal comes also with a print command that just looks the same, and then if you enter only the string which says hello world, then it won't end it with a new line. If you would like to, at this point, to include a new line, then you would use the \n as in most other languages. So here we can go hello world, and then I think it's called print, just to say you can see. I can actually edit this, and since the previous video, I installed highlighting for Vim, so I'm going to use Vim here. If I remove this new line, you will see that this time the hello world is printed, and then the prompt is printed immediately after it. So you see that that's the case without the \n. Variables, and there are a lot more to say about them, but here we can just assign some value, in this case a string, to a name, in case the name is name. So some variable, and you don't have to declare in any special way the variable. You can later discuss this, what with C, but for now it's just a variable where you have some string in, and then you can print it out either with print or puts. If you print it out with print and put commas between the values, so you hear some string and then this variable and then some more string, then Crystal will automatically insert nothing between the two values. So it will insert the empty string between the two values, between the hello and the name and the new line. So that's going to be the output. On the other hand, if you use puts, then it will be including or inserting new lines between these values. So in this case, you will get these in 3 different lines, which is probably not really what you wanted here. So just to make sure that you know that if you would like to have these values on one line, then use print. Actually, there is a much better way to do this, because Crystal supports interpolation, just like Ruby and just like in Perl and Python. So in sort of slightly different way, you can put in this inside the double quotes, you can put in a hash mark, and then in curly braces, you can put a variable. You can actually put their expressions as well, but for now, just a variable. And that way is the value from this variable is interpolated or inserted into the string just before it gets printed out. So in this case, you will get the hello foobar exclamation mark as the output. Here I already have it there. I could run it just to show you hello name, if I can type it in, interpolation CR. And so, and then you will see this is the same output, hello foobar. Okay, so a little bit more about interpolation. In the previous example, we just had a variable that contained the string and it was interpolated. In this example, you will see a couple of different variables with different types of values, and we'll talk about types later on. So this is a string, this is a floating point number, this is an integer, and this is a Boolean value. And it doesn't matter, there are others as well. It doesn't matter what, you can interpolate them inside the strings, and Crystal will automatically convert them into the appropriate string. As you can see here, I even have an expression. So I have this pi, which is close to pi, and then multiply it by the radius, and and take the square of that value, and then it's how it computes the expression, and the result is interpolated into the string, and then everything is printed, and then this yes, no is a true, which is just seen as true. So this way you can interpolate and insert various values and expressions. Of course, I wouldn't suggest any complex thing here because, well, that's not that readable. Then there is the escaping thing. So let's say you would like to put quotes around the name here in this embedded string, in this interpolated string. So you would put single quotes. If you put, that's fine, because now the outside is double quotes. So the single quotes are not really special here. So they will be just printed out as single quotes. That's fine. If you'd like to put in double quotes, then you have two choices basically. Either you escape them, okay, because if you just put here a double quote, then it would be the end of this one. So either you escape them, or, and that's slightly ugly, okay, but then you get these double quotes inside, or you use the percentage sign, and then you can use some pair of some of the parentheses, like the regular ones or the curly braces or the square brackets, I guess. You can use them as delimiters of the string, or the alternatives for the quotes. So now, because the parentheses are the ends of this string, inside you can use freely the double quote. You don't have to escape it, and you can even use curly braces, and it won't matter for Crystal that there are inside curly braces as well, because it counts and it says, okay, it's the opening curly, so this is an opening curly, and this is the closing of the internal part of the string, and this is only the end of the string. So that's all fine. Last thing, I think what I wanted to show here, no, there's another one here, printing out debugging information. So many of us use print statements for debugging, and that's fine in many cases. Crystal provides this P exclamation mark. I don't know what it is, okay, whatever, function, macro, whatever, that tool, okay, that will print out the value, but in addition, it will print out the variable name that you were trying to print out. So I don't have this, the output saved here is called debugging print. So let's see how that does work. How does this work? Debugging print, CR. If I run this, then you will see it's foo and this data structure. We didn't talk about any complex data structures yet, but this is like, it's a hash of arrays. I think these are the names in Crystal, which would be in Python, the dictionary and list. In Perl, it would be hash and array. Doesn't matter, whatever the words you use, but that's not really important now. What's important that the puts just prints them out in a reasonable, readable way. But if you use this exclamation mark, then it will also print out the name of the variable that you had in front of it, and it will make it much easier to use debugging statements. Otherwise, I mean, normally in debugging statements, you would just add yourself whatever the value is. And the last thing here in this video are the commands, because it's just a simple thing. So you can put hash mark, and whatever you write after it is going to be a comment. It can be on the beginning of a line, you can comment out some code, or you can put it after some statement already, and then the rest of them is going to be a comment. So that's it for today, for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and if you'd like to see more of the Crystal videos, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I hope to make you more of these videos soon. See you.